Hello guys, welcome back to the Laker family. I'm going to be talking about the very entertaining game from last night between the Lakers and the Denver Nuggets. This game last night had a very playoff type of feel to it, and it just kept me on the edge of my seat all night. It was play after play, big play after play. This is one of those games where those measure stick type of games where I love to see the Lakers rise to the occasion, and they did that. They did that. And even if we would have lost this game by like a point or so, I wouldn't have been totally disappointed because of the effort that I saw from this team. The effort of not backing down, and they could have easily packed this game in and said, okay, All-Star break is right here. We're still number one in the West. Let's just get out of here healthy and clean and, but they didn't do that. They played hard. They were diving on the floor after loose balls. They were giving up their bodies, taking offensive fouls. You name it, they were doing every little necessity in this game to get this. They were scrapping and clawing and doing whatever they had to do to get this victory. And that's the type of effort I love to see from this team. Now, I want to say there was 90% positives to take away from this game, and just like 10% or just a few negatives. I'm going to start with the positives. Anthony Davis, LeBron James, our duo looked tremendous tonight. They looked every bit of the best duo in the league, and like the top two, we actually have two of the best 5 players in the league. They showed that ability last night. It was on full display. They were hitting clutch shots as well. LeBron James ended up with 32 points, 14 assists, 12 rebounds. And then he kept his turnovers down this game, only 3 turnovers. He didn't shoot well from 3, but this game, his choice of when to take the 3-point shooting, I was okay with it. The only time I get upset with him, like a 1 for 7 3-point shooting game, is when the context of the game is like it's not. He doesn't pick his spots well with just hoisting up threes and bailing out the defense in moments where he should be assertive. But this time, he was only taking threes when it was necessary, because he was putting all of the pressure on the inside of the Denver Nuggets defense. He noticed that they don't have a true shot blocker. Nikola Jokic is basically their best chance at blocking anything, but he can only jump over a phone book barely. He doesn't have elite athleticism. So LeBron James' IQ was on full display last night. He was taking it to the rim at will. They could not stop him. And then he would either post up a smaller person, whether they had Murray, Mills, whoever they had on him, he would go to the post and play inside out, kick the ball back out to an open player. He was dissecting the defense all around. So that was a all-around great game by LeBron James. And at the end of the game, I liked his aggressiveness when it was close and it was going back and forth. We would hit a shot, they would hit a shot. We would hit a shot, they would hit a shot in the waning minutes. And you didn't know which team was going to go ahead and take the game away. There were like 2 or 3 possessions in a row where he could have settled, but he dipped his head down. He was patient. When he got the switches on Nikola Jokic, he just blew right past him to the goal for easy baskets. And then if it was a smaller guy on him, he did the same thing. He didn't bail him out. He took him to the goal. Now the last shot of the game, he had a chance to win it, and I felt he got a good look. I'm not complaining about that attempt. He got a great look at the basket from mid-range. It just kind of went a little long off the back iron. And Anthony Davis hit some clutch shots too as well, especially in overtime. He went 3 of 6 from three-point range. Clutch 3-point baskets from Anthony Davis. I was completely pleased from what I saw from Anthony Davis, from the scoring aspect and the defensive aspect. Nikola Jokic started off eating a little bit in the first half, and he played a little bit better game than what he did the last time him and Anthony Davis matched up. Anthony Davis just completely scared him and just took him out the game. He was scared to do anything against Anthony Davis. This game, he tried to be a little bit more aggressive, and he was getting switches and playing smart early on. But I felt like the fourth quarter, Anthony Davis just completely took him out. Just completely took him out of the game. And Nikola Jokic had a chance to tie the game in overtime at the end with a three-point, but instead he pulled a shot back down and ended up throwing the ball away to Caldwell Pope, and that's basically sealed the victory for us. Jamal Murray was the reverse in this game of Nikola Jokic. He's actually started off kind of lukewarm, cold, and he started picking it up, heating up in the third quarter throughout, hitting clutch shot after clutch shot. So that was a good game from him. But overall, I felt like we held the other guys in check. JaVale McGee didn't get that many minutes, only 13 minutes, 4 points, and I'm noticing a trend as far as Frank Vogel and the coaching staff trusting Dwight Howard a little bit more now. And that's been going on for the past 4 or 5 games. It's like they see something a little bit better all around in Dwight Howard than they do in JaVale McGee. Thus, that's why you see JaVale McGee minutes dropping. Not to diminish anything that JaVale McGee can bring to the team, but it's just obvious. It's obviously something that they see better in Dwight, and he didn't disappoint. Dwight Howard. He ended up with 14 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists. Monster night. He was a beast on the glass. A beast. He had 5 offensive rebounds, out jumping, out hustling Nikola Jokic. Like I said, Jokic can only jump over a phone booth, so he has the weight advantage over Dwight Howard, but Dwight Howard has the second jump and athletic ability over Jokic. So he was getting Jokic fits in that aspect. He was even taking it to the rim, a couple of moves to the basket on Jokic, getting to the rim and dunking the ball, putbacks, things of that nature. And he made his fair share of free throws. He shot 50% from the free throw line. Still need to do a little bit better on that part so that teams won't try hack a Dwight. Caldwell Pope, 3 of 9, 9 points, but he did hit a clutch basket at the end. Caruso, 4 for 7 from the field, 10 points. He was one of the main catalysts, he and Anthony Davis, there in the third quarter when we could have been in trouble. We were getting into trouble range, and I think LeBron James there went to the bench. But him and Anthony Davis sparked a good run there and kept us going. Avery Bradley, 10 points. He continues to play well. He's been very consistent over the past couple of weeks. Danny Green, 21 minutes, only 3 points. He has to find a way to be more aggressive and take more shots, as well as Kyle Kuzma. So those two were the only negatives that I had to talk about, the 10%. Kyle Kuzma looks like the last 2 games, it seems like he lost his Mamba mentality. It's almost like he's trying to just fit in and not mess up, if you will. It's like if I overdo it a little bit here or I'll overdo it a little bit there, then Laker Nation is going to start killing me, noticing me, and singling me out again. So let me just fit in and pass the ball, play hot potato with it. I don't really want it. We don't need that from Kyle Kuzma. Criticism is going to come regardless. If Kyle Kuzma listens to this video, which I doubt it, just know that criticism is going to come regardless of how you play. But you're not going to, you're doing yourself a disservice by only taking 4 shots and, you know, just trying to play third fiddle and not mess up. And the coaching staff is noticing that as well. They're noticing that he's not being aggressive, so he's basically a non-factor and not used to us being on the floor. He only played 16 minutes. The coaching staff smelled that and pulled him, and didn't even bother to even bring him back in there during the crunch times, fourth quarter, and I don't even think he played any OT minutes. So it's one of the other Kyle Kuzma. You can't lose your Mamba mentality based off of being scared of Laker Nation criticizing you. We don't need that. People are going to criticize you regardless. Other than that, man, I love the energy and the effort from this team in this game. I was so tempted to turn it off at the end of the fourth quarter because I had to get some sleep for work in the morning. I had to be up early, but the game was so good, I just couldn't turn it off. Very entertained. I was very entertained. Now we're heading into the All-Star break, still holding the number 1 seed. We're currently 41-12. We have a 4.5 game lead on the next team. And guys, we're only 4 games back from the number 1 overall seed, with the Bucks losing last night to the Pacers. They have 8 losses. We have 12. So if we can keep a little winning streak going and the Bucks start losing here and there, we can end up reaching that number 1 overall seed, which is not totally important, but it would be nice. It would be something nice just to have. So let's go into the All-Star game. Very pleased with where our team is standing, and enjoy the All-Star festivities and watching the Dwight Howard in the dunk contest. Let's pull for him. Let's pull for one of our guys, either whether it's LeBron or Anthony Davis, to take home the All-Star MVP. And let's hope our ex-Laker, Brandon Ingram, first-time All-Star, shows up and shows out as well. So I think I covered the bulk of everything. And as always, thank y'all guys for joining me. And if y'all haven't joined my channel, please do so by sharing, and subscribing. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Yeah.